Okay, so we begin with the rapid game number one, where we are playing as black pieces. So white turn and white is thinking, playing e4 or d4 are the opening responses that many of you play. So, okay, white is thinking for the response. You can even go with knight f3. Okay, so white begins with e4 and we respond with e6, the French defense. Knight f3, we go with d5, attacking the center where white captures the pawn. So we also capture it back, establishing the control of the center with knight f6. Now white go with bishop g5. So over here, we prefer to take the bishop to e7 and supporting the knight. Knight comes to c3 attacking the pawn, so we go with c6 and add a supporter to the pawn. Ultimately, bishop comes to d3. We decide to castle and king safety as our priority. So this is white's turn and white goes with castling. Now in this position, we take the bishop to g5. Now bishop g4 creating a pin. h3 attacking your knight. So safely we can take the bishop back. If we press this, then take the bishop back there. Okay, so that will be standard plan. Now if we try to play this, then he will expose the king strategy. So this means playing g4 does not make sense. Alright, so now this is his turn. Like white is thinking for the move. Easily he can take the bishop back and block this spin as a very easy response, in my case. Also, okay, you go with g4. So we'll take the bishop back. We capture back from the f pawn, open up the rook, and that's best. You go with queen d2. So queen d2, where we'll go with knight to e4. He take it from the knight. Now this is a blunder. We'll capture from the pawn, bishop supporting the pawn, attacking the knight, bishop. So white's turn. Okay, so white is thinking for the move. In the meantime, all right. So he captures it. We also begin with capturing it, attacking this knight, and at the same time, this bishop. He captured it where we also captured it back. Once again, this is white's turn. He go with queen e3. Well, we prefer to play rook to e8 and support this queen. He go with rook to e1. So in this position, he is trying to create a complicated position. We go with king f8 and add a supporter to the queen. Now we can capture this pawn or the knight. Basically, we'll capture this knight because this knight is something that can be activated and can be used to destroy our territory. So this means we need to remove this knight. Okay, so 8 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock, and white is thinking for the move. Now he go with queen f4. So queen f4, where we choose to take in this position, we'll develop the knight to d7. Now we can even take the knight there supporting it. And this is white's turn. You go with knight g5. Knight g5 is pawn, which is secured by the bishop. So we just take the knight to f6, supporting it. If he tries this, f3, attacking the bishop as a possible response. Then we can also try x6, You go with rook e3. So simply we just play x6, attacking the knight. He take the knight back, and then he capture it. So we also begin with capturing. Okay. He play rook to e1. Now in this position, we'll go with, if we try this, then queen can also capture it, right? So basically, we'll go with queen to g5. Now, if we'll take from the queen, then queen is gone. Otherwise, he take the queen back, so it is giving us time to secure our knight. If we trade, then capture back from the knight. Okay. So we have successfully protected our knight, and white is thinking for the move. Over here, let's see how white responds. White is having 7 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock, thinking for the move. Okay, so over here, if you look from white side, you go with queen f3. So simply we can take knight to d2, attacking the queen. Now the queen under attack, so he can take the queen back and attack the knight with the support attacking this rook. So if we try queen, okay, you go with rook take e8. We'll begin with capturing it. He captures this, we capture back from the king. He tries to check, so we play king d7, the queen supporting the knight. So let's see what he responds now. White's turn, and white is thinking for the move. Okay, so over here he can try for h4. H4, then queen coming there. You go with d5. Okay, so d5 we capture back from the queen, supporting this. We can even take the knight there, and then we can make escape. Okay. Hi MT Oliver, welcome to my channel. Okay. So 6 minutes and 15 seconds on the clock. b3, knight check on the board. So the check is here. White's turn. White can go with the king in any of the three possible squares. So let's see what he responds. He cannot play king here or here. So he go with king to f1. Then over here, we simply take the knight back, defending this pawn, attacking this pawn, with the queen coming there as a mate. So queen h1, the checkmate, and white loses the game. We look for another game, and this time we are playing as white. So we go with d4, the queen's pawn opening, with c4 attacking this pawn. Slab depends on the board where we take knight c3 attacking this pawn. Bishop f5. So over here we can take the queen out to b3 attacking this pawn along with this pawn. So now, okay, black responds with queen b6. We'll begin with capturing the pawn. So black also captures the queen. We capture it back, and then you go with bishop here. In my experience, bishop comes to c2, trying to attack the pawn. Where if we place this, then we just take the pawn, as I remember. Okay. So black's turn, and black is thinking for the move. If he captures the pawn, then knight can capture it, right? We are already one pawn ahead, so that's why it's a brilliant tactic. Now black's turn, and black is thinking for the move. Let's see how he responds. Over here, you go with bishop c2. We capture the pawn. If the pawn captures it, okay. Pawn captures it. This means black is enough experienced. He knew that what we were going to do. So b4. Basically, we just play b5. Hi Air Galaxy. Welcome to my channel. We go with b5. If he captures, knight capture back. Okay. So we capture knight take b5, preparing for the fork. Bishop b4 check, easy response, bishop b2, and now this is, if he captures it, it is a blunder because we, okay, he go with knight c6. Well, that's also a blunder. Knight check, like knight c7. Well, welcome AL Galaxy. We capture the rook. Now this is black's turn, and black is thinking for the move. We go with knight f6. We just eliminate it, and after this, we capture rook take a7, defending the knight and attacking this pawn at the same time. So we just move knight to f3, focusing on knight development, and we play e3, bishop out. Okay, so we begin with e3, preparing to play bishop e2 and castling. Now castling is very important. Bishop b3, preparing for knight over here. So in this position, knight can come and attack towards the king territory. That's a possible move. So we just play. We'll take the bishop out to b5. If we try to check, then king comes to e2. And now black's turn. Now in this position, black has no more support in attacking our territory. So you go with rook c8. Then we take the knight, b6, and add an attacker to the rook. So this rook is under attack. We play the rook to b8 and attack the knight along with the bishop. We'll go with rook to is a6 in supporting this web. Okay, so black's turn, and black is thinking for the move. Let's see how black responds over here. Over here, he go with king c7. Then he's trying to attack like this. So we just take the bishop behind, attacking this knight. Well, we are going to buy some time to defend the knight. Now we can take this knight back in the upcoming responses because this knight is miss checkmate. Whoa. So Matt Law, can you tell me how I missed a checkmate? Wait, I don't think so. There is a miss checkmate. No, no, no. There is no miss checkmate. Rook d7. Rook d7 is not possible. Rook d7 is not possible. Alright. So over here f5 was the response where we just take the knight back. Now we have secured our pieces, and that's something very good. If we capture, bishop captures back. Okay, so he captures. We capture back from the bishop. He captures this pawn, and then we play. So if I play king there, the knight can capture this pawn. So we just take the knight to d2. Furthermore, we can try f3 in attacking towards the knight. Okay. So this is black's turn, and black plays knight d4. So we just captured this pawn. He go with capturing this. Okay, knight captures it. Attacking this bishop. So over here, check on the board. Black's turn, and black go with king d6. Another check. King goes behind. And now in this position, we just need to give up this, right? Or is there any other way out? Oh my goodness, a blunder. Okay, so I resign the game. Okay, so we look for another game, and this time we are playing as white once again. So we play e4, d6. The park depends on the board. So d4, and black is thinking for the move. We go with g6. Then we begin with c4. The modern depends on the board. You can plan for bishop to g7 in attacking this pawn. We take the knight f3, securing this pawn pawn. Now black go with knight f6. We take the knight c3, securing this. We go with castling. So we just play bishop e2. Now this is black's turn. Black to play. Black is thinking for the move. Let's see how black responds. Bishop g4, we go with x3, attacking this bishop. We capture it, we capture back from now over here. We begin with bishop capturing this so that we can play e5, c6. Then we go with bishop e3, preparing for queen d2 like this. So we go with knight a6, we go with a3, not allowing the knight to come here. Okay. Black's turn and black is thinking for the move. Let's see how black responds. Rook c8, we go with queen d2. Let's see how black responds over here now. Hmm. Over here, he can play e5. e5. Okay, we go with knight back. We take the bishop there. x6, attacking this bishop. We go with e5. We just eliminate this. Now king eliminated, and then we play d5. If we capture back from. Okay, if we captures, then we capture. If we capture from the e pawn, then we can try f5, right? Okay, play knight f6. That's something different. So over here we play bishop to g4, attacking this rook. Knight captures, pawn captured. The rook will be open with the queen attacking this way. So that's our advantage. We go with rook to b8. Now over here we'll respond with. Okay, so we will respond with long castling because we are going to plan for attack towards the king side. Knight here. So in this position, we go with rook to e1. Knight b3 check. Okay, so I resign this game. Alright, so we look for another one. And this time white pieces. d4. So black plays d5. We got c4. Where black captures it, we go with e4, controlling these four squares. Where he got d5. Okay, so this is the accepted line. Where what we have to do is we have to play a4. Yeah. a4. Now if we try, he plays c6. Then what we have to do is we need to play capture this pawn. We capture it back and we play e5, giving up time for black. We go with bishop here. Then what we can do is we'll take the knight c3, a6. So over here, what we can do now, yeah, b3. You capture the queen captures. No, if you capture the queen can even capture this pawn. So we'll take the knight f3. Now if bishop captures, then queen can capture. Okay. e6. We'll play queen take on b3. Once again, black is thinking for the move. Let's see how he responds. Okay, so 9 minutes and 18 seconds on the clock, and black is thinking for the move. Let's see how he responds over here. Over here, what I think, if he tries knight over here, what if he tries queen attacking this pawn, right? So this means bishop can capture the knight. I capture back and queen can capture this. Queen d7, okay. So queen d7, bishop e3, defending this pawn. And now black's turn. Let's see how black responds over here. Black is having 8 minutes and 44 seconds on the clock and is thinking for the move. Hmm. So g6, we respond with bishop to e2, securing it. We play bishop g7, we castle, and knight comes here. Now, in this position, we respond with rook to e1. Okay, actually, I wanted to play rook e1, but no problem. Rook e1. In fact, rook e1 is not at all helping. So, castling. Yeah. Knight g5, making time reply something like x6. If we try x6, then we can take the knight over here and create a pawn stop. x6, knight goes to e4. So let's see what he responds. Black's turn and black is thinking for the move. Let's see how he responds from here. 8 minutes and 4 seconds on the clock and black is thinking. In this position, you go with rook here. We'll take knight to f6, attacking the queen. So bishop has to capture and we are attacking this knight. Ultimately, black is thinking for the move. Let's see how he responds over here. He go with knight to d5, where we begin with. So we begin with capturing this knight. Bishop captures it. Queen goes to d3, attacking towards this pawn. Okay, so now black is done. Black is thinking for the move. He go with x5. We'll take the bishop to x6. Now let's see. Bishop sacrifice can be helpful. Actually, bishop sacrifice is helpful. Okay, so now black is thinking, having 7 minutes and 7 minutes and 15 seconds on the clock, and black is thinking for the move. Let's see how he responds. So this was the response, where we respond with queen to f3. Now let's see what he responds. Taking the bishop back there, then queen to g3, planning for the bishop sacrifice, and we just decline this thread. Bishop f4, attacking the queen. Now this queen under attack. Let's see how he responds. So queen d8. We respond with bishop e5, securing this. Knight comes, and then bishop sacrifice. Now let's see if black can capture this bishop. Okay, captures. We capture back from the pawn, adding an absolute defender to this. Now let's see what he responds. Black turn and black is thinking for the move. 6 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock, and black is thinking. Let's see how he responds over here. Bishop capturing the pawn. He'll capture, queen capture. He play king, we play this, he play king. And then the check. Wait. Bishop take, he'll capture, queen take. If king comes there, then we push the pawn forward. Yeah. So bishop take on g6. Black captures it, we capture it back, having check. The king comes there. If king goes there, then queen over here is a mate. So king f8. We play f7. Now let's see what he responds. Okay, so black's turn and black is thinking for the move. We are brutally attacking towards his territory that you can see by queen g8. So he tries king here, then queen can come. King coming over here is a possible move. If king goes there, queen check, king will come there, and then we have to look for a solution. We have this pawn, so we can just try to push this pawn forward. Yeah. Okay, so black's done, and black is thinking for the move. Easy response is king coming over here. Look at 4. Okay. Then we begin with queen g8 check. King comes there. We play this check and eliminate the rook. Oh, how sweet. So a free rook on the board. And black is thinking for the move. Now, okay, so black resigns the game. Alright, so any challenges? If you want, you can send any challenges now. Okay, so we look for another game. And this time we are playing as black. E4, E6, the French defense. Queen coming out. Only queen attack. Okay, so we play E5. The bishop coming out. So this is amazing. Opening by white. Knight F6. Now D3. Okay, D6. C3. C6 preparing for D5. We capture, pawn captures back. Attack the bishop. Bishop check. We go with knight to C6. Ultimately, white is busy thinking for the move where we capture it back. Bishop coming over here. We begin with uh, bishop to e7, securing the knight. White captures it. We capture it back. And then c3. We take the queen to b6 and secure the pawn. Where this is white to play. And white is thinking. You go with b4. We go with a5. If we capture, we capture it back. Now let's see what the response over here. So this is white's turn and white is thinking for the move. You go with a3. Capture it. He capture back. Play e4, attack the queen. So obviously no one is going to leave his girl. Queen e3. Eliminate the queen. He eliminated. We eliminate the rook. And then white does not resign. Okay. So we capture the pawn. Knight here. Bishop to c3. Create a pin. And then take the knight into the next move. Okay, so knight e2, capture the knight, and then go with rook take on a3, where black resigns. Okay, so any challenges? Alright, so we look for another game, and this time we are playing as white. Knight f3, directly opening on the board with knight f6, d4, black go with d5, we play c4, attacking the pawn. You go with e6. The knight comes out to c3, attacking towards the center with c5. So e6. Now e3, he go with b6. Okay. Okay. So his opening choice is nice. Bishop e2. Castling. Okay. Now in this position, capture this pawn. Capturing from the knight. Okay. So this is an advantage. I play this. You capture. I capture. Pawn capture. Pawn capture. Knight capture. Knight capture. Okay. So over here we first play queen to c2. Now this is black's turn and black is thinking. Knight goes back. We go with e4. He captured this. Then we go with knight to b5. Now knight b5 attacking towards the center pawn like this. We also join the rook over here. Actually we are planning for e5 and that's something we'll try over here. So bishop c5, e5 and attack the knight. Now this is black's turn and black is thinking. We go with knight e5. where we begin with uh, rook to d1. Now let's see, it begin with castling. We eliminate this pawn, and black is also thinking. Black should also eliminate. Yeah. So we also eliminate it back. Black eliminate this. We eliminate back from the rook. Okay. So black's turn and black is thinking for the move. Let's see how he responds over here. Queen e7. Then over here we go with uh, knight going back to f3. Now let's see what he responds. Rook d8. Bishop g5. We go with f6. Capture this. Capturing from the knight. Begin with rook capture. And after the trade, over here we capture this knight. We eliminate it back. Now over here the bishop is going to attack this. So we'll go with rook to d1. Okay, black's turn and black is thinking for the move. Let's see how black responds over here. He began with capturing it. We also captured back where rook captures it. So now black is thinking. He go with rook f8. Then in this position we move a3, preparing for this. Okay, so black's turn, having 8 minutes and 17 seconds on the clock. Let's see how black responds over here. A5. Now we'll respond with queen. No. Okay. So in this position, queen comes to e2, trying to attack this pawn. Now this is black's turn. Let's see how black responds over here. We go with e5. Then we go with the check. Queen c4. So king goes there. We go with d4, attacking the bishop. So we go with a take b4. We eliminate it and attack this bishop. He played the bishop d4. Now over here, what we can do is we can go with b5, and then like this is equivalent game, but still black is winning over here. Rook d8, rook e1, not like this. Okay, so now black's turn. Bishop goes to c5. We go with h4. Like we go with rook here. Queen coming to e2. I mean queen a2. So this is black's turn, and we go with h6. Queen check. Bishop check also. He can push the pawn forward. Yeah. We play. Okay, so we begin with queen b7 check. Bishop goes back. Queen goes back. Hmm. So over here, we begin with queen to c6. Queen c6, the bishop attacking towards this. We can even push the pawn forward and add attack. Okay. So he go with x5, where we choose to play. So what we can do in this position. So this is a question like we play g4, he capture, we push the pawn. Okay. Now let's try this. I'm not sure if I'm going to succeed or not, but I hope so. Okay. captures, we just push the pawn forward because the bishop is pinned. So that's an advantage for us. You go with rook d6. Now we'll take the queen to e8 and attack like this. We are not going to leave this pawn. Okay, so let's see how he responds. He go with x takes g4, we play x5 and attack. Now let's see how he responds over here. He go with king x6. Then we can capture this pawn. Let's see what he responds now. So black's turn and black is thinking for the move where he go with queen f6. We can respond like I don't think. Okay. So king coming over here the queen can shit. So we just give up this rook. King h2 and he captures the bishop also. Oh my goodness. Rook check. Bishop goes to g2. Queen mate. Okay. Any challenges? Okay. So we look for another game and we are playing as black. So we go with e4, e6, the French defense, f4, we play d5, we capture it back, and then take the knight to f6 with bishop e7, preparing to castle. Such that black go with castling, we go with c5. After the captures, we take bishop take on it, and then decide to play knight c6 with the bishop to g4 attacking this knight. So queen comes to d2. We respond with rook to e8. Now white's turn, and white is thinking for the move. He go with d4, where we choose to play the bishop e3, attacking the queen, the bishop. Now let's see how white responds. Okay. So white's turn and white go with queen c2. We choose to eliminate. Uh, we eliminate this knight. We eliminate it and we eliminate the bishop. And then take the knight to g4. We can play the queen over here and attack like this. So white's turn and white is thinking where he go with x3. We take the queen x4. He cannot capture because of this. So king comes here. If he tries king here, then we can play rook check and with the queen. So knight a3, where we respond with knight to f2 check. Now this is white's turn and white is thinking for the move. We go with king g1, where we choose to take the bishop and then rook coming to e2. Now let's see how white responds. So white's turn and white is thinking. We are going to prepare for queen f2 check and then capturing this. So queen f2 check. King goes there and we eliminate. Okay. So we look for another game. This time we are playing as white. So we go with French defense. White responds with knight f3. We go with d6. Okay. So black is thinking. We go with d4. We take the knight to f6 and attack towards this pawn, towards the center. Let's see how white responds. Knight c3. We respond with c6, preparing for the queen coming out. Now let's see how white responds over here. Bishop g5, queen to a5, bishop d2, and then d5, knight captures it. Queen goes to d8, he captures this. Okay, he does not. Bishop to b4, attacking this knight, eliminate the knight, where white was eliminated, and then we capture the pawn at e4. Now let's see how he responds. Hmm. So white's turn and white is thinking, having 9 minutes and 5 seconds on the clock. Where let's see how he responds. We go with d5, we eliminate it. We take bishop take on it. We go with rook to g8, attacking the bishop. Bishop goes there. Hi, pro team up. Welcome to my channel. Knight c6, bishop b5. Then we go with queen check, attacking the bishop. Okay, so 8 minutes and 48 seconds on the clock. Now let's see how black responds. White's turn and white is speaking for the move, having 8 minutes and 35 seconds on the clock. Let's see how he responds over here. We are going to attack this bishop in the next move. So b4, eliminate the bishop, and attacking the bishop over here. Yes, I can play against you, just send me the challenge. That's what you have to do. The rook attacking towards this. Meanwhile, white cannot castle because the queen over here controlling this. So white cannot castle. Now let's see what he responds. White's turn and white is thinking for the move. Let's see how he responds over here. 7 minutes and 55 seconds on the clock. And white is thinking. G3, capture. No. So we begin with bishop d7, preparing for long castling. Now let's see what he responds. So this is white's turn. Already white is a minor piece down. So yes, we can say that he will lose the game. Okay. So over here, white is thinking for the move. Let's see how white responds over here. We go with knight. We capture this. We capture it back. And then over here we go with a5. If he captures, then queen can capture and attack like this. So white's turn. Now let's see how white responds over here. 6 minutes and 52 seconds on the clock for white. And white is thinking for the move. Let's see how white responds. If white captures, then queen can capture, give a check. Rook c1. Rook c1. If he tries rook c1, then we can capture the pawn. If we capture from the queen, then we just trade the queens. Otherwise, after rook c1, if we capture from the pawn. Okay, you go with f3. F3. Okay. Then over here, we respond with you can take the pawn. Okay. So knight goes to d6. Now let's see what he responds. We just secured our knight, and once again he cannot castle. Okay. We are going to plan for capturing it. We play queen e5, knight c4, attack the queen. Now let's see what white responds over here. I was thinking rook to c8 for me. Okay, rook c8 is also powerful, but rook c8, if we play rook c8, then who will support this pawn? Right? We have to support this pawn also, right? so it won't play rook c8. Capture this, he cannot capture because the rook will attack this. That's why. Okay, so knight here. Okay, then it is not a very advantage, so we don't care. Rook capture it. He cannot put this because the knight over here. Hmm. He can play queen take on knight. If the pawn or the queen, any of them captures, the knight can come. Okay, so pawn capture it and prepare for uh, promotion. So this is he go with castling. We'll go with queen check, queen b6, hmm. And then we are going to push the pawn forward. Hmm. White's turn and white is thinking for the move. Let's see how white responds over here. Hmm. King goes there. King comes here, attacking this knight. Now let's see how he responds over here. White's turn and white is thinking for the move where we are going to play the queen. Okay, so rook comes to g6, attack this knight. Bishop b4. Bishop b4 is not possible. Bishop b5 is possible, yeah. Bishop b5 can be possible, but not right. Not right now. Okay. We'll go with x5 and attack this knight. First, we need to take the knight back, and then we can try bishop b5. Yes, that will be very nice. Now, if you play bishop b5 at the earliest, then you are going to make your opponent being aware that you are going to play this. That's why. So, white turn and white go with knight f2. We just take the knight back, and then we are preparing for this plan. Now, this is white's turn, and white is thinking for the move. Let's see how white responds over here. Hmm. He go with c3. Bishop and attack this. Okay. Now he can take the knight there actually. Okay. So knight d3, where we choose to play queen a6. He can take the rook here, and then we just trade off the pieces. We are already a minor piece up. Okay. So eliminate it. Now, if we eliminate from the queen, then that will be very good for us. If we eliminate from the rook, then we can be pushing the pawn forward. So this is white's turn, and white is thinking for the move. He captured from the rook. So we respond with pushing the pawn forward. Push the pawn and create both. Yeah, that's something what I'm doing over here. Okay, so 3 minutes and 25 seconds on the clock. And white is thinking for the move. Let's see how he responds over here. Hmm. White's turn and white is thinking. We are going to plan for this. Getting promoted. Okay, so 2 minutes and 54 seconds on the clock. Rook can go. If rook will go, then queen is gone. So he must decide again. Next game. Yes, send me the challenge after this game ends. Okay. Uh, Now white's turn, and white is thinking for the move. Okay, so he just played a move like that. Promote to a queen, get a check. Bring the queen there, and then forcefully give a trade. Okay, so now white's turn. Rook comes to d2. Sacrifice the queen. Knight takes, attack this. Okay, so no matter for the checks. And then the queen trade. Okay, so that's the free queen. Now white should resign. Alright, so white is not resigning. Okay, so white resigns the game. Any challenges? Hmm. If you want, you can send me the challenges now. All the challenges are allowed. So, any challenges? So, no challenges are coming. Any challenges? Pro team up. You wanted to send a challenge, right? Okay, so no challenges are coming. Alright, so we begin with the game. Now we begin with e4, Blackstone, e5. We take the d4, center attack, where he captures it. We begin with capturing the pawn. Knight comes out. We take the queen d1 along with knight to c3, where black goes with. Okay, so black is thinking for the move. Now let's see how he responds. Black's turn and black is thinking. He go with d6. We take the knight f3. Bishop to e2 and then capture the bishop. Knight comes to e5. We decide to castle. Okay, so black go with queen f6. We take the knight d5 and attack the queen. Now this is black's turn and black is thinking. We go with queen to d8, where we go with bishop to e2 and secure our bishop. Now let's see how black responds. Black go with knight f6. We go with c4 and support the knight. Black go with knight take e4. And over here we play queen to c2, attack this knight. Now black's turn and black is thinking for the move. Let's see how he responds over here. Knight takes a knight, okay. So capturing it. Eliminate this also. Now this is black's turn and he go with queen s4 check. We go with g3. Okay, king e1. Now black's turn and black can eliminate this also. King e1. He try to get some more checks. Alright, so black's turn. Hmm. Queen e1 check. King comes over here. Now queen can come there and can check. So he's doing nothing. Only checks. King e1. He tried his check. Hmm. That's possible because if a player like okay. So we decide to castle. We choose to give check. Knight e7. Now he is thinking. We take the bishop to g5 for the rook coming over here attacking this. He go with queen g1 check. Okay, so he takes this queen f5. We can take the queen back and try attacking towards the king side. Okay, so black's turn. Black is thinking for the move. Let's see how black responds to here. He captures this, he play king e3. Hmm. So this is black's turn and black is thinking for the move. Let's see how black responds to here. Queen c3 check, okay. So king f2. Now he can try another check like queen over here. And give a check because okay, rook comes here. Then we choose bishop to f6. He capture, queen capture, and that's the mate. Mm. Okay, so black's turn and black is thinking for the move. Let's see how black responds over here. Black is having 6 minutes and 80 seconds on the clock. He go with this check. Bishop eliminates it. He eliminates this. Then we begin with the checkmate. Mm. Okay, so black's turn. He captures it. That's the pin. The power of pin. So we decide this one. Okay. Any challenges? Hmm. Okay, so we begin with this game. Okay, so we capture this. Bishop attacking the rook. And then d4. Rook to d8. Okay, look here. Now he captures it, we capture it, and then bishop check, checkmate. Okay, so queen f2 mate.